Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Style. This is Angela. So, this summer we had a really hot day. The kids were out playing, and we had an inflatable pool. It was fairly small, didn't fit the three of them very well. And I got it all blown up and I filled it up with water, and of course, it goes flat. So, we decided that day to upgrade the pool because we needed something that was bigger than that inflatable pool because our kids had grown and they didn't fit in there as well anyway. So, we knew we needed to upgrade. And so, we ended up going with this above ground pool, if you can see. This is a 24-foot, 52-inch round pool. This on the ground in front of it, that's the solar cover. So I'm going to post a different video explaining the different solar covers that you can use and why we picked the one that we did. However, this is a soft-sided one, and so we spent a while digging out the hole. So I knew that I wanted it deeper than ground level because the pool is so tall. I wanted to be able to see in from the house and to be able to see the kids' heads from the house. So I knew I wanted it in the hole a little bit. So we ended up renting a skid steer and digging out that hole. And that took a day to dig out. And it's down a foot and a half in some places. The backside's maybe closer to 2.5 feet just because the way the yard slopes. And then this side that bumps up against that berm, that is actually the deepest spot, but just because that's kind of a hill in the yard anyway. So we spent one day getting that hole dug out to where I wanted it with the skid steer, and that was my husband's first time on the skid steer, so I actually think he did that pretty well for his first time. And then we spent the next several days. My husband used a couple of 2x4s and he screwed them together, and then he put a piece of rebar down in the center of where we were going to have the pool. And we actually made our circle, I think, 27 feet for a 24-foot pool. And we could have even gone bigger than that, ideally. So just something to keep in mind. But once he attached the rebar down to the center of the ground and then attached the 2x4 so they could spin around the rebar, he could put a level on the 2x4s and see how level it was. And then we could add or subtract dirt as needed to get it leveled to where we wanted it. And then we could also load up a couple of cinder blocks to help level it, to kind of spread the dirt around and smooth things out a little bit. So that all did really well. It's not perfectly level, even with all of our efforts. We have this front left corner here. Actually, is a little bit lower than all the rest of the pool. We knew that was a low spot as we were leveling it. We thought we had it fixed, and as soon as water splashed out there, it kind of washed that spot out. And so next year we're going to do something different, but for this year it's holding up just fine. Otherwise, the kids and I have been in there every day that it's above 90 degrees for sure, and many days that it's even 80 degrees or more. We did not have a heater for this pool. This pool came with a sand filter, but it didn't come with the sand. It came with the little filter balls. So we've had the filter balls in there, and I've had no issues at all. We have a perfectly clean pool. I've had it up for over a month. I haven't done anything with the filter balls. So I understand at some point I'm probably going to need to clean them, but at this point I haven't messed with them, and it's doing great. We haven't upgraded the pump or anything. We just used everything that it came with. This pool is almost 13,000 gallons, and so in order to have that run through the pump, so they say you want your full amount of pool water to run through the pump twice in 24 hours. So in order to do that for what our pump can handle and how much water this pool has, I run the pump for 12 hours from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And between that and I do a liquid chlorine shock that's kept it really clear. So I did use some additional chemicals when opening the pool. But now that it's open, mostly all I do is the liquid chlorine. And it stayed really pretty clear, no complaints there. But we've had a good time with that. I will keep you updated if you guys want to know more about the pool as far as setup or how to open it or how we're going to close it, which that is going to be a little bit tricky because it is down in the pit, so we can't just drain it like you normally would. Let me know if you guys are interested in those videos as time comes around. I can get you more information on that. We had a night party, so we found some pool lights at Walmart when we were there in the pool section, and we strung them up around the outside of the pool, and then we had some light up beach balls. We bounced those around and we went out at night. We had a good time with that. It was a little bit chilly, but the kids still had fun and we all had fun. And so I would definitely recommend Definitely recommend a night swim at least once or twice, especially if you've got kids, because that's a lot of fun. So we're loving our pool, but just wanted to update you guys. That's kind of why I was a little bit MIA for a month or so there, as we were getting that together and set up. So between that and the fence that we're putting up in the front yard, we just had a lot going on. So hopefully we're back now. But any questions on the pool, give me a shout out. I will answer them as best as I can. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.